So the first thing it asks is show your annotations on at least 2 of the assigned essays. So I did Trigger Warnings by Shannon Paulus. The next one is The Dangerous Lessons of Book Bans in Public School Libraries by David French. The next thing is pinpoint each essay thesis statement. Look for a clear statement of a position on the issue. In Trigger Warnings by Shannon Paulus, the thesis statement that the effort to provide trigger warnings in college courses or public events is a minimal, ineffective gesture, and that this effort should be redirected to more meaningful support for students' well-being. She argues that instead of relying on warnings, educators should use their resources to implement the more effective methods of care for students who need it. In The Dangerous Lessons of Book Bans in Public School Libraries by David French, the thesis is that book bans send a harmful message that the solution to challenging ideas is to suppress expression rather than engage with and debate the ideas themselves. French argues that book removal should be the last resort because it limits students' abilities to receive ideas and teaches a dangerous lesson about how to handle dissent. Next is critique the last 2 passages or paragraphs from each essay in terms of source integration and use of evidence to support claims. That is, for each passage, thumbs up, thumbs down, or a thumbs in the middle, and why. In margin 2 in Trigger Warnings, it states, I've been convinced that we do better to save minimal effort it takes to affix trigger warnings to college reading assignments. I give this passage a thumbs up because it is describing how the small effort of adding trigger warnings to readings assignments is less effective than using that effort for other, more beneficial ways for supporting students. In margin 15, The Dangerous Lessons of Book Bans in Public School Libraries, it states, the justices argued that the First Amendment includes a right to receive ideas that is a necessary predicate to the recipient's meaningful exercise of his own rights of speech, press, and political freedom. This right meant that schools did not have unfettered discretion to remove books from the shelves. I've given this passage a thumbs up because of the U.S. Supreme Court Justice argued that the First Amendment includes a right to receive ideas, which is essential for individuals to exercise their own rights in speech, press, and political freedom. This right implies that public schools' authorities to remove books from libraries is limited. Next is provide specific examples from the text, passages or paragraphs. Paragraphs are numbered in the margins. Please give the page number and paragraph number when referring to the passage of where an appeal to logos, ethos, or pathos is either really working or really not working for you as a reader. In Trigger Warnings, page 717 to 718, margin 2, it states, I figured they might be a good way to help people with mental injuries, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, stay safer as they move around the world, the same way that a person with a broken leg uses crutches. This is a really good pathos. This is because it's triggering an emotion such as stress and anxiety because of mental injuries, post-traumatic stress disorder, or even a person with a broken leg. In The Dangerous Lesson of Book Bans in Public School Libraries, page 723, margin 5, it states, a report detailing 1,586 instances of individual books being banned between July 1st to 2021 and March 31st, 2022, affecting 1,145 unique book titles. This works for logos because it states the facts. It is also amazing how so many books got banned in less than a year. Next is note 2 choices the writers made in their essays that you might like to try in your own essay. I want to adopt a more open mind toward this essay. I need to focus, keep both minds inside. Another is to add some questions to my essay. That way readers can question the points of the side.